Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley and today's video is going to be a collaboration with my good friend Andrea, and we're going to be talking about Mental Health Awareness Month. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is a collaboration video with my friend Andrea. Her channel is Andrea Shenanigans. I'll have it linked down in the description box below, but she's a good friend of mine and we have both struggled with mental health problems in our past, and we wanted to do this collaboration video just to bring awareness to it. So May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we just think that, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now, people are kind of not ignoring, but just not realizing that a lot of people do struggle with mental health, and it is just as important to address and talk about because it can be just as challenging as any physical ailment. And yeah, so we just wanted to kind of talk about our stories to help bring awareness to it and hopefully help somebody that might be struggling. Okay, so I am gonna just kind of start out about talking about my past with anxiety and depression, and kind of just tell you like my story and how I've overcome it and still struggle with it and cope with it and all of that. So I've always kind of been like an anxious person my whole life, and like very needing things to be particular and like needing to be in control, like have control over different things. But it had never really occurred to me that it was something that could change. I always just saw it as like, this is just part of who I am, this is just my personality, whatever. I just kind of dealt with it and accepted it and didn't like recognize that it was something that was affecting my quality of life and that I could actually change that and do something about it. So I dealt with it for a really long time just by myself, not really realizing that it was a problem. And then during my senior year of college, I kind of hit a point where I almost like kind of had a mental breakdown where I just was not in a good place. I got very depressed. I couldn't get out of bed. I didn't feel like eating. I literally like went to class, and that was even really difficult, which for me was a big deal because I like never skipped class in college, and I was able to get myself there, but there were many times that I just didn't want to get out of bed and not go to class. So that's when I kind of realized like, okay, something needs to change. This isn't okay. And so my biggest struggles are anxiety and still depression a little bit. I definitely go through waves, but the biggest struggle for sure is anxiety. So I have anxiety around a lot of different things, kind of just general anxiety. My biggest thing is when I can't control something or like something is unknown, that causes a lot of anxiety for me. So this whole situation that's going on in the world right now causes a lot of anxiety. I always have to have a plan because then I like know how things are going to happen and can have some control over it. So that's kind of like always been a part of my life. But when that happened senior year, I started going to therapy, and I feel like a lot of people see therapy as a bad thing, like that you are giving in or you're not dealing with it yourself or whatever. But that is the dumbest thing anybody could ever say. If you like had surgery on your knee and went to physical therapy, would someone look down on you? No, because you're helping fix something that isn't working properly. Going to therapy for any type of mental illness is helping fix something that isn't working properly. So that is like my biggest pet peeve, when people look down on people that go to therapy. I honestly think everybody in the world should go to therapy. I think everybody could benefit from it. But when I started going to therapy, my therapist was able to give me techniques to manage my anxiety, and I'm not going to go into too much detail, but basically she helped me realize that it's not something that is just me or that is my fault, and that I could live a better life. Like, quote unquote, I didn't have a bad life, but there were ways that my anxiety would take over my life or like cripple me like in my life. And she taught me that I didn't have to just deal with it. And that was like the best thing for me, because I have changed so much and I still struggle with anxiety, and I still you know, have to cope with it, but I know how to now because I went to therapy. Okay, so along with like, this kind of goes along with going to therapy, but the reason that I really wanted to make this video was because I think it's important for people to realize that any type of problem with your mental health is just as important as any physical health problem, and it's not something that's your fault. That was the biggest thing that I learned through going through all of this and going to therapy, was that I used to say, oh, it's just me, that's just how I am, that it's my fault, but I'm just gonna deal with it. No. If you were diagnosed with diabetes, nobody would say it's your fault. A lot of people don't realize that anxiety and depression and all of that type of stuff is from an imbalance of chemicals in your brain. So it's not something that you're causing. It's not your fault that you're anxious or depressed or whatever it is. It's something that you can fix. And I don't like the word fix because I don't think you can ever fix anything. It's something that you can learn how to mitigate, learn how to handle, learn how to control, learn how to not let it take over your life. So that is like why I wanted to make this video, because I feel like a lot of people still look down on people that have any type of mental health problems. I know a lot of people are afraid to either admit it. I knew for 8-9 years that I struggled with this and didn't do anything about it. So I know that a lot of people are afraid to say, I have anxiety, I have depression, I have whatever it is, because a lot of people look at it as something bad or something that, that they did. No. So I think the biggest thing about mental health is that people need to start being aware that a lot of people do struggle with it, and a lot of people do need to get help, and it's okay. It's okay to get help. Nobody would look down on you if you had a stomach virus and needed to go get help for it. It's the exact same thing, and it shouldn't be any different. So that's why May and Mental Health Awareness Month and all of that is so important to me, because that's really what helped me get through it, was that I had people around me that told me that it was okay, that recognized that it was a problem, that I could learn how to not let it affect me as much. I had people around me that encouraged me to go to therapy and to accept that this was something that I didn't cause, and et cetera, et cetera. Everything I've said in this video, I had people around me helping me, encouraging me, and telling me that it's okay and I'm not alone and it will get better. I think so many people are surrounded by people who don't think like that. Either they really think that it's not a big deal or whatever, or they're just not aware. I was really good at hiding my anxiety, and people didn't know that I would be really anxious about XYZ. And so a lot of people just don't know how to help because they don't know that something's happening. I think a lot of people are also afraid to reach out because they don't know what's happening. I didn't know that this was something that I could not have to live with. I just thought, okay, that's just me. But so I didn't reach out. I didn't ask for help. I didn't say that, okay, this is something that I can change, that I can fix. So yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling, but basically what I wanna say is you're not alone. You can feel better, and it might seem impossible. It might seem like a giant mountain that you could never see yourself getting up, but I promise you, you can, with the right resources, the right help. So I encourage you to reach out to someone you love, reach out to your doctor, a therapist, anyone. It doesn't matter who it is. Reach out to someone and just tell them how you're feeling, because I think that that is so important. And I think a lot of people could have I don't know what I'm saying, but a lot of people could have like a way better life because they just don't see any type of whatever mental health problem they're having. They don't see it as something that can be fixed, quote unquote. So reach out to somebody, reach out to me. I have been through a lot. I'm happy to share more like in depth and more personal details with you in like a private message. So feel free to reach out to me, comment down below on this video, message me on Instagram, anything. I am here. I want to help people because people helped me so much. So I'm just gonna kind of like wrap it up there. I think the biggest message that I want to get across is everybody needs to be aware that mental health is a huge problem in our world. I think it's so important that we have Mental Health Awareness Month, and I encourage you to reach out to your friends that you're not sure how they're doing. They might seem a little bit off, or you notice little things. Reach out to them, tell them that you're there for them. You don't have to call them out or anything, but just let them know you're there. So I know I kind of like, hopefully I made sense in this video. I feel like I was kind of going all over the place, but I am really happy that I could make this video, and it's difficult to open up and share, and that's why I didn't share like a ton of specific details, because it's hard, it's scary, I'm afraid people are gonna look down on me, just like I said, but I think it's more important to share with others and help them, you know that there's someone there for them. So that's why I wanted to share. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up there. Just gonna stop talking. If you guys have questions, comments, more you want to hear about, again, reach out to me, message me on Instagram, let me know down in the comments, anything, because I want to help you guys. All right, you guys, so I just, before I go, want to say thank you to my friend Andrea for doing this with me. She is so strong and incredible, and we have become such good friends. So I'm really glad that I could do this collab with her. Be sure that you guys go and check out her video, and if you liked this, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend or anyone that you think could benefit from it. And if you liked this video and you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. You just hit the big red button that's right under the video. This year has some exciting stuff coming up for me and Rob, and I'd love to have you join our YouTube family. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay inside. I hope you guys are all doing well and handling this pandemic, quarantine, whatever you want to call it, okay? And just know that you are not alone, and I'm here for you if you need anyone. All right, see you guys in the next one. Bye. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we just think that there's someone at my door. Okay, so I'm gonna just